Who didn't build this country?
So what?
You personally did.
So what? I'm a descendant.
But I'm saying we can't write a check to a ghost. You know.
Why not?
Why not? Because you know.
Especially when the ghost's descendants are still
that's a
here. Listen, let me ask you a question. How do you right the wrong of slavery then?
Well, I mean,
Bill Maher brought on the woke idiot Charlemagne the God onto his show Real Time with Bill Maher, and we know that Bill used to be, or kind of still is, but used to be a super hardcore leftist where he would probably be agreeing with what Charlemagne the God said here on Real Time with Bill Maher, but Bill Maher actually shut down Charlemagne for these ridiculous comments that he was making, basically calling for black people to get reparations and to get something back from white people and get something back from America for the oppression that they have been through. And Bill Maher was having absolutely none of it. And he shut Charlemagne down in front of this live audience, to the shock of myself and also to the shock of this live audience. Let's get into this clip here from Real Time with Bill Maher.
They want to study reparations. Study it. Compensate descendants of slaves for unpaid labor by their ancestors. Jen Psaki, the press spokesman, said, "We'll see what happens in the legislative process." I'm curious where you are on this issue. I mean, there's a collective guilt that's asking individuals to recompense. I think that's how we would frame that.
Listen, I think reparations has to happen for black people. You know what I mean? Because slavery was America's original sin. And I really don't think no good is going to come to this country until they atone for their original sin, which was slavery. I mean, my ancestors literally built this country for free. So when you see all of this money being thrown around, you know, $27 trillion in national debt, $1.7 trillion for failed F-35 fighters.
It's funny how he says, Charlemagne says to Bill Maher here, slavery was America's original sin. He doesn't say slavery was white people's original sin, right? Charlemagne is an American. So he says slavery is America's original sin. And so they should have to pay for that, is what he says. Is it America's original sin or is it white people's original sin, right? Like, if it's America's original sin, then why are you saying that they should pay for that when you are an American? You aren't a slave, bro. You are an American, just like me, just like everybody else who lives in America, right? So that part makes no sense to me.
For dogs.
$500,000 for fucking dogs. It's like, if you're black in this country, you have to be like, well, what the hell? What's up with us? You know what I mean? So for me personally,
but again,
I don't even see what the issue is.
The issue is that that's the collective guilt. But individual white people are saying, I didn't do it, and my ancestors didn't even do it, and you are not your ancestors. I'm
a descendant of those ancestors.
I know, but okay.
Hey, listen, when a debt is old, a debt is old. Period.
But you've got a lot of money, so you say you should get more.
Should I get more?
Well, no, you should get a check.
Yes, I'm 97% West African, born in Charleston, South Carolina, so I should definitely get a check. But if it's to the point where, you know what, you make too much money, we don't think you deserve it, cool, give it to somebody who needs it. But to act like black people in this country don't deserve reparations is absolutely nuts to me. Hey, this is what I want. Put it like this, America. Just treat black people like they're F-35 fighter jets. You had $1.7 trillion to throw at that bullshit. Throw it at the people who actually built this country.
But
I don't see how anybody can dispute that.
But again,
I don't understand. I don't understand this. Black people, slaves built this country. It's just false. Like, what are you talking about? Slaves did a lot of manual labor on farms and things like that. It's not as if they were like Egyptian slaves that built pyramids, dude. Like, you know, they farmed, they harvested crops and things like that. You know, it's like you weren't the mastermind behind the building of America, dude. What does that mean? We built this. No, you didn't build this country. That's just false. Like, it's just not true.
Who didn't build this country?
So what?
You personally did.
So what? I'm a descendant.
But I'm saying we can't write a check to a ghost. You know.
Why not?
Why not? Because, you know,
especially when the ghost's descendants are still
that's a
here.
Okay.
Listen, let me ask you a question. How do you right the wrong of slavery then?
Well, I mean, I think reparations can come in many forms.
Why not? Cash is king.
Frank,
It's America.
No, I agree. I mean, I think reparations do come in many forms. We should be spending much, much more on the schools that serve black children. We should be spending much, much more on the infrastructure in predominantly black communities. We should be doing all sorts of things to close the opportunity gap, which is enormous and which we've done a terrible job closing. A debt is owed, and that's one of the ways you repay it.
Simple as that.
The problem I have with the reparations conversation is the questions you were asking a moment ago. It's practically a non-starter. I mean, in terms of practicality. No one's going to agree on the terms. No one's going to agree exactly on the eligibility criteria. Nobody's going to agree on the amount. And it's politically very unpopular. And while we're talking about something that I don't think is passable, and that's why Obama didn't talk about it while
Why
he
is
was
it
in
not
office.
passable, though?
What?
Why is it not passable?
Look at public opinion polls. It's just not going to get done. And that's not about the merits. That's about the appeal out there. And in the meantime, there's so much we can and should be doing that could be called reparations about the debt we owe.
Well, let's change the name. Call it economic equity packages. Whatever it is, as he said, a debt is
You
owed.
could say Obamacare, which helped black and brown people way more than white people. Obviously, all people can sign up for Obamacare, but that is the practical effect of it, is a form of reparations. You know, I mean, there's a tax that everybody pays. I don't think it's capped. You know, rich people pay more. Those kind of solutions are different. I mean, listen to me what Glenn Lowry says. He says,
Okay.
It frames the moral claims African Americans legitimately have in the wrong way. The idea this debt can be paid is a terrible idea. That's his.
Here's the thing. Once again, it's white people not wanting to be held accountable.
Well, that's a black person.
You can't. How can I be held accountable for something that I didn't do? I don't understand this. I didn't do anything. It's not me not wanting to be held accountable. It's not like I got a bad grade in school and now I go home and my mom's yelling at me for getting a bad grade in school and I'm just like not wanting to get yelled at for getting a bad grade. It's like, no, Mom, I actually got an A+. Why are you yelling at me for getting a C when I got an A+? And she's just sitting there trying to convince me, no, this A+ is a C. Or this A+ is an F. You know, like that's what Charlamagne's trying to do. It's like, you white people don't want to be held accountable. Held accountable for what? I didn't do anything, dumbass. How can I be held accountable for something I didn't do? And then, of course, Bill Maher comes back with, well, this is a black person that's saying this. And, you know, this guy's just clueless. All these people, such as Charlamagne the God, and most people that go on shows like Real Time with Bill Maher and all these shows, and they say things like this, none of this is like an original thought by him. Right? He's not coming up with this in real time. He's just regurgitating ideas that he's heard from someone else that sounded really smart. They sounded really good. Sounds like it benefits him. So he's just regurgitating these ideas over and over again because it sounds good. But these are not original thoughts. He didn't come up with any of these ideas. Right?
Well, he's okay. A black person.
Glenn
said
Lowry
that.
said that.
Okay. What's his name?
Glenn Lowry. You know Glenn
Okay.
Lowry.
Well, I just think that it's a debt that is owed to black people in America. Simple. And I'll ask the question, if y'all don't think it should be cash, what should it be? If y'all don't think if there should be any reparations to black people, what should it be?
All right. So
No, I want to know, do you think that black people should get reparations?
I think it should be more like what Frank and I are saying. Different,
Okay.
not a check. No, I think it should be done more by class. I mean, 21% of blacks are below the poverty line. So that means we're giving checks to 80% of people who are not in poverty. Shouldn't it better be done that if we're going to pass out money?
That's 100% facts from Bill Maher. And I think this is a point that Ann Coulter actually has made before on Real Time with Bill Maher. I don't know if Bill got this from her or not, but if you want to help, like, what is the main goal of reparations for these people? Is it simply just like white people bad, black people good, so white people need to give black people money? Or are you actually trying to solve a problem that was created by slavery that makes black people less well off than white people or whatever? Because if you're trying to solve the poverty problem, then why is the argument not, let's take money from white people and give it to people who are below the poverty line? Why is that not the argument? Why is it got to take money from white people and just give it to black people? And also, I'm super rich, but I'll take some. Like, that's what he's saying. I don't need the money, but I'll take it, and I think I deserve it. These people are insane, man. Absolutely insane. I think the point that Bill Maher made at the end right there is a pretty good one. Like, what problem are we trying to solve here? Are we just simply trying to get money from white people and give it to black people? Or are we trying to solve the poverty problem which, you know, would be a lot more noble cause to try and solve, in my opinion. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about Bill Maher pushing back on Charlamagne the God here for his ridiculous statements on Real Time with Bill Maher. And what do you think about the audience reactions? What do you think about everybody's reactions here? Who do you think was in the right? Who's in the wrong? Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this whole episode of Real Time with Bill Maher.